Then we're
So
good.
yeah, it's
So
pretty. I'm pretty sure it's working,
how's life, man? You know what I'm saying?
bro. At some point, I was struggling. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not gonna
First,
lie to you. Just with it's been a very weird semester because so much has happened. I think
yeah,
class wise, it's not been the best. I mean, and then I mean, you're mainly in school for classes and stuff, so that's what kind of it makes it a bummer. Besides class, it's
man.
been a pretty good semester, I have to say. Like
That's
besides class, just different things. Went for a conference. I say I went for the conference. Okolo and Shokus were there.
yeah. They told me
And a
they're all
bunch of
going.
other guys, Onyx, Zico,
Wow,
Shine, Twandal, I saw all of
that,
them there.
that sounds
So
like a good time.
so that was cool. And
Yeah,
I've just done a lot of other things. This has been a long semester. Now I think about it, like something just I just remember this was early February, and I'm like, wow, this was this semester. And
yeah,
it seems like just because so much has happened, things that happened
yeah.
like SARS must have seemed like they happened last year.
I feel
So
you.
I do feel like this has been a really nice semester. Like I've definitely done a lot of stuff. Definitely been good, but just class wise, wish I could have done better. But I mean, it's not over
Mm.
yet. But
I
we'll
mean,
see how that
you can
works.
make the comeback. You can make the
Hopefully,
comeback.
hopefully,
When do you have like finals?
in like 2 weeks or so.
Fair. So in 2 weeks we're shooting another episode before finals.
Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nah,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
feel you got.
Yeah.
I literally have finals like in 3 days.
Oh,
Literally,
when when
like
does
literally
when
in
is
2 days.
your when does your
Yeah,
semester end?
ends this Saturday. Like my last exam is on Saturday, so but
Oh,
then I
so many
grad next
people
week.
are.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true. You're graduating.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, nah. It's come. Job
Whoa.
job's
Dang,
not
dang,
finished.
dang, dang, dang. That's
Job's not finished.
that Kobe reference. That Kobe reference right there. For those who don't
Say,
know, that's that Kobe reference.
job's not finished.
Am I too
Literally.
loud? Because the thing is saying that like my volume is going like all the way.
I
So
mean,
am
for
I?
me, you
Hello.
sound normal.
Let me
I mean,
turn.
you
Let me
can
turn
reduce it if
this.
you want, but for
I'm gonna.
me, you
I'm gonna
sound
turn
normal.
this down. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
I turned it down a little. Well, we'll see in the
still
recording.
good.
We'll see how that. See what it looks sounds like. But yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I keep forgetting because I kind of extended my thing by a semester, so I keep forgetting that
yeah.
a lot of our guys are gonna be graduating this spring. So damn, bro,
Yeah,
congrats.
I appreciate it. But
Yeah,
as I said, job's not finished.
college graduates. It's
Job's
noisy.
not finished, bro.
It's nice.
Job's
It's
not
nice. It's
finished.
nice. It's
Guy,
nice.
I
I
literally
love that.
I start grad school like 2 days after I graduate.
So, are you going to grad school in the same school?
Nah, I'm going to Indiana. So yeah,
Woo!
different.
Indiana. Why Indiana? Was it the school, the location?
It was the school, bro. Trust me, I've never been to Indiana. That's gonna be my first time leaving leaving the state from of Virginia without a plane. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be
Wow.
my first time leaving like with a plane, practically. That makes sense.
Interesting. Interesting. So, what school in Indiana? Do you want to share? If you want to go ahead.
And Indiana University, Wilmington.
So,
It's not a big deal. I'm saying, as I told you, my job's not finished. I'm saying, job's not
so
finished.
what
So,
is the course you're going to be studying?
info systems. I
Information
told
system.
you. It's funny because I feel like I'm repeating. I literally told you all this literally this semester.
Oh,
So,
that is true. No, actually, no,
I
back
literally
then
told
you
all
didn't tell
this.
me the school or the exact program. I just knew you were gonna start it
Oh,
right away. So I'm actually finding out this for the first time. The school and the
fast.
program.
I mean,
So
back
that's
then
cool.
I wasn't yet accepted, so
Oh,
that
okay,
was
okay.
the difference.
That's
Back
calm.
then it
That's
wasn't
calm.
like accepted, so it was just like
That's
random
calm.
stuff.
That's calm. Okay,
I know
cool.
you say you're trying to go get a job and stuff.
Yes, I
Yeah,
do. I want to get a job, and then fair enough. I'm actually going to be in Virginia for the summer. Well, actually,
that's
I got
crazy.
an internship in Virginia for the
Where?
summer.
Where in Virginia?
Ashburn.
Ashburn. Bro, Virginia is massive. I've never been to Ashburn. I've heard it, but I've never been there.
So
But
where are you going
fair.
to be this summer?
I'm going to be in Indiana.
Oh,
I
you're
literally
going
start
straight
two
away.
days.
Oh wow,
It
wow,
starts. It
wow.
starts like immediate. It starts in the summer. That's why.
Oh dang. So
It's like
so
1 year.
your your school. Oh, it's a 1 year program.
Yeah, it's like it ends next year fall. So like next year fall. It's like to me, I see it as like 1 year because like you get what I'm trying to say. It's
Oh, I
one
see.
year
I see. So,
complete.
that's
So
calm.
yeah,
That's calm. That's
yeah.
calm. That's
So,
calm. Nice, nice, nice. I'm making
mm,
the big bucks when it's done. That's good. Love that for you.
amen,
Love that for you.
amen.
Love that for you. Love that
Bro, the
for
way
you.
you say
I
love
like it.
that for you guys too funny. Can't lie. It's too funny. Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's nice. So yeah, I'm gonna be in Virginia. I'm still not sure if I'm going to. I'm looking at option either commuting from here to there or getting a place nearby. I'm still trying to see what makes the most sense at the
How
moment.
far? How far is
It's like an
Ashburn from
hour.
you?
It's like an hour 15 to hour 30 minute drive.
Outfit out there, man. And wait, where's your internship? Like what company stuff?
Visa.
Ooh. 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 I see. I see. Nah, but that's mad. That's mad. Honestly, I think you should find a place. Honestly, like I feel
Nearby.
like in Ashburn, you should find like a rental.
Hmm.
Honestly, I think that's your best because I know now it seems simple like a 1 hour trip, but I there's some days where it's gonna be like, fuck, I have to go back 1 hour, I have to come back 1 hour. I think you should find somewhere to
Huh.
stay.
I
That's
see.
just my
I see.
suggestion.
I see. Still thinking about it. Well, yeah, interesting.
But
That's
now
calm.
to some fun stuff. As you can see, my name right there, Lakers in six.
Oh my goodness.
Lakers in six. There.
Calm
We
down,
d-
because I,
no,
I
no, no,
I I
no,
watched the game last night. I
Stop,
watched
stop,
the
stop,
game
stop.
last night.
Before you talk, no. Before you talk, I have a problem with you. Let's rewind like 3 months ago when I told you the Lakers will be here. When you laughed at me, you laughed at me. No. You let's remember you were telling me, oh,
Oh
make
my
the play in
god!
first, make the play in first. You laughed at me.
Now
No. Let's
the
you
Lakers have made an impressive run. Now I'll give them that.
you laughed
Lakers
at
have
me.
made
No. When
an
we win this
impressive
chip,
run.
when we win
Calm
this chip,
down. Let's calm down. Let's calm
I'm,
down.
I'm
Okay.
no. I'm calm because I've been saying this since then. Like that's why you laughed. I've been saying this since then. I told you Lakers are winning the chip this year, and you laughed at me. You told me make the plane. We made the plane.
Okay.
We
You
made
proved me
the
wrong. You made the plane. Okay. That's fine. That's
plane.
fine.
Like, bro, just let's just imagine like for a second. Just imagine we sweep the Warriors. Just imagine.
That's not happening. That's not happening. We both know that's not happening. This is the Golden State Warriors. This is 50 point Steph Curry we're talking about. Let's
I mean
calm down.
this is a new
Let's
AD.
calm down.
This is a new AD.
There's no
Oh,
new
stop
AD,
hating.
nothing. This is
This
the same AD.
it's a
It's
new
just
one.
that the regular AD is a problem, but this is not a new AD. This is not new. I
It's a
feel
new
like the
AD.
Warriors. See,
I'm telling you.
the fact that the AD has such the advantage, but it was such a close game. It means I see the Warriors coming up with something for AD right in game two. I definitely see them coming up with something for AD in game two.
I mean, I predicted Warriors. Sorry, Lakers in six. What my prediction was? We steal game one because Warriors are going to be tired after like that their last series. I was like, yeah, I was so happy it went to game seven. I was like, thank you. That's just so we need. Thank you. We still game one in home court because remember,
You're coming out a bit distorted. I don't know if you're too close to the mic, but
I don't know.
just that at the end you'll
Fairs,
come back a bit distorted. I don't know.
fairs. I don't know what happened, but my plan: we still game one because Warriors are tired. Game two, you guys can take it. We maintain home court. Game three and four. You guys take game five. Then game six in LA. We say goodbye. We say goodbye. I'm just saying. So once the result happened yesterday, it just gave me more confidence because I was like, we have to win game one. Because like you're tired, you had a day rest. We need to just steal game one. I understand, like the fortress, Warriors. That's where you guys have like the best home record or something like that.
True.
So
Yeah.
I was like, we just need to steal game one. We just and you guys have the worst away record. That's I was like, it sounded too perfect. Steal game one, I just win at home. So I'm calm. You guys can win Thursday. I'm calm. I'm calm. Calm. And you should be scared. That's all I have to say. You should be scared.
Who should nah. You know, I feel like all for game one, it was just needed slight corrections here and there. You know, one little thing goes different. Warriors are winning that game. So I feel like even with the whole AD size advantage, I feel like the Lakers should definitely be worried that even despite their size advantage, the Warriors gave them like it was like literally that last three by Jordan Poole where he took from far out. A few minor corrections, that game could have gone a whole different direction. You know,
I
not
feel
not,
that,
not
but
taking away from the Lakers, not taking away from the Lakers win and all of that. I'm just saying like I see the Warriors making a strong comeback.
I completely understand. But the same way, a few minute adjustments when we had that 14-0 lead, and we could have said goodbye.
Come
Like
on,
if
bro.
we made,
Saying
listen,
14.
bro,
No, that's
I'm
my
saying,
point. You're saying 14. The Warriors were
I'm
able to
just saying,
come back from such a lead. Doesn't that say something?
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. It's our fault. Like we could have closed it out. We could have given the dagger then and said take. But then we got complacent. Like I saw 80 now started taking threes. I was like, 80, what's going on? I'm like, bro, you're dominating the field and you're taking threes. You get my point. Like I felt like we got complacent. Like once I saw 80 take a three, I was like, okay, yeah, we're complacent now. Like he's forgotten that we could just go straight to the rim, but now he wants to shoot a three because we're 40 up. So that's what I'm saying. There's adjustments everywhere. A little bit of if AD was focused and said, okay, let's kill them, it would have been done. It'll be done quicker. So, well, I expect you guys to come for game two. Like, I expect if we win game two, then there's a problem. Then okay, let's just say if Lakers win game two, what do you have to say? What That's it.
If Lakers win game two, then it would
Yeah,
definitely the Warriors definitely tighten up. But I still won't call it a problem. Look at the first round. Look at the first round.
but
Warriors down by two,
we're not
came back to win it.
Sacramento, bro. We're not Sacramento. We are not
Warriors
Sacramento.
have calm down, bro. This is
We're
the
not-
this is but then that's the thing. But this is the Golden State Warriors we're talking about. They got that championship energy, bro. I'm just
and
saying.
fair. It's gonna be tough. This is gonna be easy. It's gonna be tough.
I'm just saying. Even down to it's hard to count out the Golden State Warriors. Now down 3-0, then it's almost a done deal. Then that it's almost a wrap. But everything up to 2-0, I still have much faith in the Warriors. But I definitely feel they're gonna come in strong. Because I watched the game, they played very good defense on Curry, really cut him out of the game. But whenever he brought the ball up the court and created his own shot or found Clay or found somebody, it tended to be working. So I think they're gonna make those adjustments down the lane. Um, Definitely Kevin Looney still. The problem is just obviously they don't have that much size, but I still
Uh-huh.
think that they were playing really good. All we would need is for some players to just come alive more. Like Clay definitely came back. Jordan Poole came back. I think they had like 20, both had like 20 points or
No,
some
no,
around
no.
around that.
That's another thing that benefited me because I was like, wow, Clay and Poole both had a good game. They both hit six threes. So for us to win that was like, okay, that's important. I swear, Curry, Clay, and Poole all had six threes or six and above threes, which is scary. Just think of that's scary, and we still won. That's what like okay, I can be calm because I know Clay's gonna have an off game. I know Poole. We saw what Poole was last series. He can easily have an off game. So I was like, it's just Curry, and the way I feel like we silenced what Curry could have been. Like that's how I felt it went.
Well,
The
yes,
defense
they
we
really
silenced what he
played
could have
Curry
been,
tight.
and I'm
They
happy
really
with
like
that.
literally
I'm happy with that.
in so many vital moments. It was just everybody on Curry.
Oh, that's
Nobody cares who
just
else is there.
just on Curry
Any
because
whoever shooting that ball, his name is not Stephen
not
Curry.
Curry. We
That's
don't
the
mind
goal.
because we know those guys we know they can have off nights more often than Curry. But once Curry gets it going, like I think it was in the last quarter, bro. There was one three he made. I was just like, oh god. So I can't lie. I started sweating. I was like, oh, Curry's coming, Curry's coming, Curry's coming. But once we can minute him, I'm cool. I'm cool. Give the ball to Clay. Give the ball to Poole. I'm cool. I'm calm. Calm. Look at the Curry. I'm calm.
Interesting. Have you been following the Eastern Conference at all?
Yeah. I follow everyone.
Bro,
Follow B-ball
Harden,
everywhere.
45 points.
Fair.
Come on.
He's trying to
It's
beat the
funny
allegations.
because I saw the preview show in the inside the NBA with Shaq, Kenny,
Oh
Ernie, and
yeah.
Chuck, and they were like, the only
Yeah.
way they can do this is if Harden can get like 35, and they're like, nah, we don't see Harden getting 35. And Harden comes and drops 45. Everybody's like, okay, he must have started
Fair
carrying
play.
50 game. I'm like, nah, nah, nah. I need some of that. I need
Nah,
some of that.
it's impressive. I'm
But
I'm
it is
happy. I'm
it
happy
is
for him.
pressing, like, because I was a big fan of Houston James Harden. I don't know if you
Yeah,
remember. I was a big fan of Houston James Harden,
yeah,
and but I was glad to see him come up. He had a lot of nice jump shots, and he hit like a big
yeah.
three in the end. So that was
It was a cold three. No, no,
lovely
that,
to
that
see.
three was cold. That three was
That was
cold.
lovely to see from
That
James
three was
Harden,
cold.
and
It,
Joel Embiid winning his first MVP. And then
fair.
he may or may not play game two. We'll
I
see
think
what
they say
happens.
he's going. They say he's going to play, but I don't think he should play.
You don't think
They
so?
say he's nah because
I
they've
think he
already
should.
stolen, bro. They've stolen game one,
But
and
then
I'm
if
like, let him get fully well. Like I don't want him to risk it. You get what I'm trying to say? Like if he's like 80%, 70%, you can get fully ready for that game three at home instead of risking dropping to 60%
But
or
then
like
think
50%. That's what I'm
about it.
saying.
It's the playoffs, though. It's high level, so it's going to be hard to go from 0 to 100. So I think he should play, but with like restricted minutes. Like
Okay.
also because if he just comes in at game three, even if they, let's say they win game one, game two, or even if worse, they lose game two, coming in game three, it's like trying to find a new rhythm from what was in there from game one. So I think
Yeah.
it's a good idea for him to play just restricted minutes, just nothing too much, just get his body in the get the
In the
momentum
vibe.
rolling, and then from
Yeah.
there. Because I feel like if Celtics get game two, they could easily steal the momentum of the series. So I think he should play, but just restricted minutes here and there. But then
But if
yeah,
if they lose with him playing, it'll feel like a wasted effort. Let's say they lose with him, putting in 30 minutes. I feel like it could just be safe because I know everyone likes Boston. I like Boston, but they are prone to errors. Like they are literally, whenever I watch them, they are prone to errors. They should be so much better than they are, if that makes sense. Like they have such a good team. Like to me, they have like the best like rounded team where there are a lot of threats. But then I don't know what always happens. Like they slow down. Even that at Atlanta series was Atlanta series where they let the Hawks literally get two games. Like I was like, what? They should have been a sweep, but nah, they play around too much. So I would be happy if I want Philly to take them out. Honestly, I want Philly to take them out just to like teach them a lesson. Just to like remind them like this is playoff basketball. Like you can't be messing around. Like you got to learn a lesson. I'll be happy for Embiid. Win a series. Like go to the conference finals with the MVP. I'll be happy for him. It'll be a good story. Can't lie. Good story.
what about Miami Knicks? Jimmy buckets. You think he's coming through, or do you think Julius Randle and the likes of the Knicks are going to
You
take it?
know, we all know playoff Jimmy. We all know playoff Jimmy. But then this series is one where I see it going to game seven. Like it's a 50-50. Whoever wakes up takes it. Like this is open. Because everyone expected the Bucks and the Bucks aren't here, so it's 50-50. Anyone can take it to me. Do you have anyone you betting on?
I haven't really
Yeah.
watched the Miami Knicks series yet. I know it's 1-1 right now. There's
Yeah.
this meme of Jimmy just going, so he's coming with heat for game three, but I really don't know.
yeah.
I really focused too much. I will say
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the Sixers to win over the Celtics because I want the
Mhm.
Sixers to win. Like you said, Celtics is such a good team, but they keep making mistakes. But
Yeah.
I definitely want the Sixers to win. Heat, Knicks. Honestly, I don't really have a favorite.
Okay.
I don't really care. Whoever wins, good show to you. They're definitely Warriors, Lakers. I definitely want the Warriors to win.
That's where
Suns,
the heat
Denver.
is.
I want the Suns to win.
I want Denver to win. I want
Why?
Denver to win
Why? Why do you want Denver?
because I feel like Joker is such a two-time MVP, two-time this, but then he's not been anywhere. He's not. I don't want to say under living the MVP, but I feel like it's time for him to go to a conference final and challenge. Like even though another reason, a side reason why I want Denver to win is because I know the Lakers are going through, and Lakers Denver is going to be easier than Lakers Suns. So I'm like that's a
Calm
side bet,
down. What
but
you know the
a
Lakers
sign
are
up.
going through? Can you calm down?
No, 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 no. I've said this like 3 months ago when we were like literally not in the plane. We were, I saw, bro, after the trade. Like once we removed who. Once we eliminated
Don't
that,
badmouth my man
I'm
Westbrook.
not bad, man. It was a bad fit. Let's just be all honest.
It
It was a
was,
bad
but
fit.
then don't be talking Westbrook like he's some chump. No, bro.
No, no, I didn't
Don't
say
be
it's a
badmouthing
chop.
Westbrook.
It was a bad fit. And once we removed that fit, I saw a difference. Like I literally saw a difference. Even though some players are still like they're underperforming what I saw, like Malik Beasley. Like when he first came, bro, he was like a 3 point shooter. But then now he's been getting less minutes because he's been, the playoffs sometimes, he's adjusting. I'll just put it that way, he's adjusting. So I really like our team right now. So I have full confidence in us winning a chip. Honestly, like not even passing,
That's cool. That's
winning a
cool.
chip. Not even like I've said
Okay.
it since then. Said it since then. Winning a chip.
Interesting. I
Uh,
definitely yeah, definitely want Warriors. I want to see Warriors Suns. That's going to be such an interesting series. Because imagine if Curry beats LeBron, then he now takes on KD. That's going to be crazy. Wait, who do you think? Who do you think has much? Who do you think has more to gain from winning a championship between LeBron and Curry?
Honestly, I've seen all
Because
the
they're
debates
both
on
at
it.
four right now. They're both
Yeah,
at
I've
four.
seen all the debates
So
on
who,
it,
who
but
do you think
to me,
is
I
has
feel
more
like
to
both of
gain?
them
Yeah.
are like I feel like both of them already have like a legacy. Like honestly, to me,
No,
both of them
I'm
are
not
already
doubting
like
that. I'm
goods.
not doubting
Like
that. But I feel like a fifth ring is going to add something to either. For Curry, for James, is going to make him. It's going to make the GOAT debate even louder. As loud as it is, it's going to make people harder to say no. Because now he's like one away from Jordan, on par with Kobe, more higher than Shaq, all these greats. But then for
yeah,
Curry, no one ever calls Curry the greatest player. Everyone acknowledges he's a generational talent, but no one ever calls him like top five or top 10 all time. People sometimes they want to put him top 10 all time, etc. But getting that fifth ring is gonna be on a new level, especially having a second back to back. That's gonna be different.
facts. But
So
then
I'm
the
curious.
the main debate against Curry not being like a top five, even though to me Curry is there, but like the main debate against him is just because of the two-way player thing. If you ask me, so I feel like more chips isn't going to stop people from saying that because at the end of the day we have who has 11 chips, but no one like mentions him as much. You get it's like law of diminishing returns. Like yes, a chip is good, but the people that are against Curry aren't against Curry because Curry doesn't have enough chips. Like you never hear that argument. I've never heard someone say Curry is not in my top five because he doesn't have enough chips. I've heard he doesn't have Finals MVP. That one doesn't. I've heard that one like he doesn't have enough Finals MVP, but I've never heard it's because he doesn't have enough chips. That's why he's not in
But do
top
you
five.
think more championships will offset those talks? Like don't you think a number of championships can get to the point where it's like he's not the two way player, but because of this, it's hard to not to put him at that level.
Right now, if we talk about Curry, I saw something where they were like, if you talk about the NBA and you have to put out 7 players, you can only talk about 7 players, and you have to talk about the MVP NBA. Like, say, tell me about NBA history, but you can only mention 7 players. Curry's gonna be in that 7. Like whether you like it or not, Curry's gonna be in that 7 because
Facts,
he's changed
facts.
the game. Like
Yeah,
whether you like it or not, he's gonna be in that 7. You can't. Therefore, to me, that's why it makes me definitely put him in top 10 because I'm like, if I tell me about a sport and this player is 100% gonna be there, why? But I say, okay, mention your top 10. He's not there. I'm like, bro, like, it doesn't make sense to me. That's what I'm trying to say.
I
So
see. I see.
for me, of course, I always see Curry there. The only way I don't see Curry because I feel like it's totality when you talk about like that good debate. It's like we are looking for the ideal player. We're looking for this is the ideal player. That's how I see it.
Hmm.
So for top 10, I always see Curry. To me, Curry is always there because Curry changed the game. Curry changed the game. Best 3 point shooter. He makes literally everyone wants to shoot threes. Like I try to shoot threes. Everyone tries to shoot threes is because of Curry. Like let's be honest. Like it's not about that. He's going to be there for me. But then when we're looking for number one, I go more than just chips. I go more of like totality of the game. That's why Jordan, LeBron, and is it Magical Bill Ross? I've forgotten the names I'm mixing up. But there's a third person I just don't want to say the wrong name. But the reason I put those three is because of the totality of the game. Because to me, all of them have chips. All of them were dominant. All of them have chips. So now it's more of what else am I looking for? What else can you do on offense and defense? Are people scared to go against you 1v1? Like it's more to me.
Okay,
But
okay, that's
definitely
good.
once you have that, if he gets another chip, of course the Curry Warriors are gonna be making the noise for him to be in that argument. But sometimes you can't really change people's mindsets. Like when people
Facts,
have
facts,
made up their
facts,
mind,
facts.
you
That's
you
facts.
can't change it. It's
That's
just like
facts. That's facts.
they made up their mind. And if they made up their mind, Curry is not going to be there. There's nothing you can do to be there. Like, even if he gets 7 rings, they'll still say Bill Russell had 7 rings. This guy had 11 rings. What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, those people have 11 rings. It comes to a point where it's like, yeah, okay. Like
That's it.
even even
Okay,
even
that's it.
Kobe. Where do you rank Kobe? Where do you rank Kobe? Where do you rank Kobe? Because
That,
that's another good argument.
that's
Where
a
do you
good
rank Kobe?
question. That's a good question. Where do I rank Kobe?
Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
it's tough.
It is tough. It is
It's
tough.
tough. Give me your top five. Just give me your top five. No order. Like no order. Just these players top five. No order. Like don't stress the order. Just give me top five NBA players all time. Top five.
It starts Asterix and the whole all time thing. Like I
Okay.
never watched the
Asterix.
likes of some of
Yeah.
the greats. So,
fair. Fair.
some
Fair.
of them Magic
Fair.
Johnson, whether it's Magic Johnson,
Yeah.
Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, I never watched them. So, and
Yeah.
even likes of Jordan, I only kind of see things like
See
that. Maybe,
clips.
but
Yeah.
but then he's kind of unanimously great.
Accepted.
So
Yeah. That's really
it's hard for me
accepted.
to say, especially
Yeah.
if even like yeah, because when I really started
Yeah.
following basketball, 2014 around that time. So
Yeah.
a lot before then, like the 2000s, 2000, early 2010s, I don't really, the likes of Dirk and all of them, I don't really know how good they really
Yeah.
were. So it's hard for me to
Yeah.
say that all time thing.
Okay, okay,
Um,
remove all time. Let's just say your top five NBA players. Like remove all time. Remove all
Top
time. So
five
yeah, top
NBA
five.
players.
Yeah.
No particular order. Steph Curry is in
No
there.
order. Yeah.
LeBron James is in there.
Yeah.
Giannis is in there. Say top
Fair.
five.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
Hmm,
Fair.
give me a sec.
No problem. Think about it. Think
KD
hard.
used to be in there, but these days I don't know. I haven't been feeling KD.
These
I'm not
days.
gonna lie to you. Like, he's still a great player, but I haven't been. And this is all based on just my preference. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
nah, yeah,
anything,
this,
but
yeah.
yeah, I
Yes.
haven't been feeling KD of recent. Same thing, Harden used to be there. I haven't been feeling Harden of recent.
Fair.
Um,
Fair.
so at this current moment, I know Giannis is there, Curry is there, LeBron is there. Give me a sec.
Think about it. Think about
Let me
it. Think
think
about it.
about it. Let me think about all the teams coming to mind.
Bro. It's a hard one. It's a very, very hard one. uh,
I'm trying to think of all the teams. Who am I missing? Hmm.
but it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
It is though. I don't know. I don't know because I don't really think of all these
Okay, but
top five, top
you've
ten
given me
things.
four. Okay, but
Fourth,
you've given me four, right? You've
I
given me
can't give you
four.
three.
You've given me four.
What before I gave? What
You
before I
said you
gave?
said LeBron Curry, KD, and Giannis. Isn't that your four? You said LeBron, KD, LeBron,
I said I hadn't really
Curry,
been
KD, Giannis.
feeling KD like that.
Oh,
But then I mean,
okay,
he's been injured for a while. I haven't really
okay,
watched most of his son's games. I never barely watched him
yeah,
in the Nets. He's just kind of faded a
okay,
bit in my
fair,
mind. Oh, I love
fair.
Kyrie. I love Kyrie. I love
He's.
Kyrie.
I feel like Kyrie's a good player. He's a good player, but as you say, maybe this is not top. This is not. We're not saying top.
No,
Like
what I'm saying to what I'm saying,
top.
people that I
Okay,
like
good players.
watching.
Okay,
I like
okay,
watching
okay, fair.
Kyrie. He can cook, bro.
Okay, I
Let
can
that
go.
man
I can
cook.
go. I can accept that.
I
Yeah,
love watching Kyrie play.
I can accept that.
It's definitely nice watching Kyrie play. His
Yeah,
handles are crazy.
yeah,
Um,
it's fair.
who else do I enjoy watching play? Like
I,
really
I'm, I'm
intently.
I'm just gonna tell you, like for me, this is my top four. No order. No order.
Good, good.
LeBron, LeBron Jordan, Shaq Curry. To me, I really like those guys because I feel like I'm building a team, and I mentioned those 4 players in my team. Ain't no one beating me. Ain't no one, ain't no one beating me on any end. Defense, offense. I feel like you're not gonna beat this team. Like if I mention this four, you can't make a team that's beating this team. If I mention those 4 players, number 5 can be, I mean, whoever you want to put in there. Probably maybe Magic, you know what I'm saying? Anyone you want to put in there, but I feel like those four, from what I've seen, like especially Shaq, like I know we weren't watching basketball then, but from what I watched, like this guy was a monster. this, this guy, this guy was a problem. Like I can't lie, that guy was a problem. Like Shaq was a problem. Like he was like Giannis, but like bigger. Like he was bigger than Giannis, but then more physical. It's unreal. It was unreal. Let me just say it that way. Shaq was unreal. But I mean, if we
Bro,
wanna,
are you tapping the mic? I'm hearing this dun 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 dun
no, I
sound.
was tapping my pen.
No.
Is it
Okay.
this?
Yeah, I was wondering what that
Uh,
was. Never mind.
I was tapping my pen.
Okay, that's so cool.
So,
But interesting, interesting. But that's also another thought I had.
you know,
Like, I don't know. I was watching the game last night, and I was not annoyed, but
yeah.
some of the fouls, I'm like, come on, it was just a. I mean, like every it feels a bit like I don't want to be like all these old heads that be like, oh yeah, the game has changed. No, you're soft. But sometimes like it's a bit annoying to me when some of the small contact and the foul. I'm like, come on now. You
Man,
know, like you got
I see.
it was give you a little shove, here and there. I think that's
A little
facts. Like
show.
there's
A
been
little
excessive.
show.
But then, like
Yeah.
a slight tap, and then even when people also sell, like flop, like a small tap, and
Oh
because they
yeah.
know they're going to get the call from the
Yeah.
slightest thing,
Yeah.
they sell the
Yeah.
whatever. You know,
Yeah.
I don't really like it, man. I'm
It's
gonna
it's
lie
in
to
the
you.
it's in the game now. It's in the game now. I mean, you just have to accept it. It's in the game now.
Yeah, it's
They
unfortunate.
play.
It's unfortunate, but I
Uh,
because sometimes I feel like if someone is like if we're like scruffling and I can like give you a little like shove off to get some space. Like I don't say anything crazy. Like if I push you, it's a whole different thing. But if I give like a little shoulder and like bounce off, it's a technically it's a foul. But
yeah.
like I feel like it's if I just hold you small, and just who's stopping me? I like stuff like that.
uh,
You
I
know,
mean, fair.
but it's
I mean,
so yeah, it's a bit so every time I'm
the,
standing, I'm like, come on, ref.
it's
Really?
in. I don't. You can't blame them though.
No,
It's
yeah,
in. It's the
I can't
rules.
blame the
Like
refs.
they have to mention it.
But
It's the
it's just
rules.
like
It's the
sometimes I look
rules.
at you and it's like, come on, come on.
Basketball has so many rules. Like they don't. And the thing is, even though you complain about that, there are probably like 10,000 calls they are still not calling. Like or they just don't see. Like it's crazy because if you say okay, let's use like AI, and according to the rule book, we call every single foul, bro. Enough players are not making it out the first quarter. Enough players are making it out, bro. Foul out. Like it's not gonna be foul out everywhere. Like, yeah, foul out. Yeah, Draymond fouled out first 5 minutes. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, if you say we follow the rules step by step, so they're trying. I mean, I feel like they're trying their best. But once it gets to that fourth quarter, you know they're gonna call it. Like fourth quarter is like, yeah, they're calling as much fouls as they can call because this is like crunch time. Like it really hurts the team if you don't call it. If that makes sense, it hurts the team, and it's not fair. I mean, it's in the rule books. If you move while you're screening me, it's a foul. You gotta accept it.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Besides basketball or sports, we've gone like 30 minutes just talking
Fair.
basketball and sports. What else is new with you? What's new here?
Probably just mindset changes. I'm saying mindset. I'll give that
Talk to me about
mindset
the
changes. I'm
mindset
saying
changes.
job is not finished, bro. I resonate with that line so much more now. Like I just feel like you have to stay focused because there's so many distractions. Like there's so many unreal amount of distractions. I can't even talk about it today. If
No,
I talk about it
go
today,
into it.
I'm not
Because
even finish.
I'm curious. You said that statement means more to you now. Why now? What changed? What about the statement? Let's go in on that.
I mean, I would say because back when we ever first heard that statement, it was just fresh. Like let's be honest. Let's be honest. We were young. When we first heard that statement, it was just fresh. Just like nah. this is cool. I think it was 2 up. He said, "Oh, you should be happy now." I'm not smiling. He's like, "Job's not finished. Job's not finished." So it was just fresh. But then now, I honestly like resonate with that kind of mindset where it's like you've set out goals, objectives, because you achieve like one milestone or two milestones. You can't like celebrate. Like you can't really just be celebrating. Oh yeah, well we've done this. Yeah, and get distracted. So it's more of having the mindset of it's time to focus like all the way. You don't drop off. Kind of. That's why I would say it resonates more. Especially now that I'm like graduating, it's easy to like celebrate. Like, wow, you made such a milestone. But in my head, I haven't really made any like big. I'm nowhere near where I would want to be. So it's like
Hmm.
job's not finished. Like, got put your head down and keep going. Job's not finished.
That's fair. That's fair. Nice. Nice. Nice.
Do you have anything like that for you right now? Any quote or
Um,
anything in your head that's like, yeah, it makes sense. It just makes sense more. Sometimes some things just make sense more at certain points. Like you're like just like, wow, that just makes sense. It's just like, yeah, you have anything for you? You think?
Nothing right now comes to mind, but that also does
Um,
resonate me with me.
uh,
Just sometimes you're lying down, you just realize that you can
yeah,
really make stuff happen. You just have to put in the work, because
facts.
it's actually I do have something. I do have something. I was recently listening to a podcast. Um, it's a bit
Okay,
historical. So this guy essentially just breaks down. I think it's called. I remember it's called "How to Take Over the World" or something like that.
okay,
And this guy he goes in on major historical figures, typically those who either tried to take over the world in the literal sense, or did one great thing or the other. Like them, the likes of Julius Caesar, Alexander the Great, Napoleon, kind of breaks them down
yeah.
and what made them successful.
Can be
Kind of
calm.
talking about their drive and everything. And it was just really interesting to see or to hear about those people. And then I believe it was either Julius Caesar or one of the other characters. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody.
Yeah,
But it was a quote, something to the effect of, at some point you realize that the world was the world was crafted by men no more intelligent than yourself. But the idea is simply that, like, it's very easy to see the world as it is and just think, oh, this is just what it is, or it is just cause. But no, like, people know smarter than you. It is because people know smarter than you said it was, not because of it's just because I think I had that mindset, like, whether it's the government or this or that, it's just what it is. It's
yeah,
some divine force of God that just made it what it was. But
yeah,
obviously there is the influence of God and everything. But at the same time, it's just the fact that people with power and influence or drive, vision, whatever you want to call it,
yeah,
say this is what it's gonna be, and then it is. So it then
sure,
goes you to think, what can you bring into existence or change, because the fact is that there's it's possible you can do it,
sure.
but
Nah,
at the same
it's
time it
facts,
also it brings
facts.
a higher appreciation for people who accomplish things, people who are like billionaires. Like back then you'd be like, oh yeah, I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a billionaire. Like now that I've
Yeah,
started like working on some level, you're like,
yeah.
dang, it it's not
It's not
easy.
easy. It's not at all.
It's not easy.
At
It
all.
it brings a
It's not
higher
easy at all.
appreciation for people who accomplish even the smallest things. Even with us
Yeah.
trying to do this, right? So like for like these days, now these people like YouTube on you people say will like and subscribe. Not now. I always like because I know like it can be hard getting people to like a video, or
Yeah.
or back in the day when I used to see somebody with like me 100K, I'm like, bro, look at this small person. I'm like, bro,
Well, that's a lot
getting
of
to
people.
100Ks. How many people do we
Okay.
have on our channel? Like, what, three? But I'm like getting to like 100K. That's
Bro, don't
not
kill
easy.
me.
So
Don't kill
I
me.
think in just learning more about all these things, I
Uh,
I I've developed a higher appreciation for people who accomplish anything on really any level. So,
yeah.
but yeah,
I feel you. I feel
that's
on that. That's a solid
that's
point. I kind of like solid point. How you
yeah.
life is literally just what people made it to be. It's not. It's not like how, as you said, it's not like some divine thing that made it. How it's just people made it step by step at different stages. Made this a rule. Made this. Said, okay, you do this, you do this, and it was just like accepted. Like if you think about everything, even when we talk about like time is just because it's generally accepted. That's why it's time. If that makes sense. If I the reason it's 2:40 is because we've generally accepted this at this time when the sun is this or this, it's 2:40 p.m. It's generally accepted. So it's I mean if you go deep into it, it's actually it's factual and crazy at the same time. Kind of it's factual and crazy.
Yeah, even the concept
Mm-hmm.
around rules, you know,
Yeah.
it's interesting because I just watching a lot of podcasts. So where people tell you things like, oh, there's always like a back door, like third door, or there's always a way around
Yeah.
things, and that's really so facts. You know, even when you hear no on one angle, there's always
Yeah.
there's always a path to yes. The only question is how much do you want the yes, and how far are you willing to go to get that yes? Because that's also one
True.
thing. Because it's easy. That's also one thing mindset wise that it is still changing. I don't know if that's currently changed yet, but it's still changing. In the fact that when you hear a no and you hit a roadblock, there's always a path to yes. It's just a matter of okay, am I willing to go that path to get the yes? And just the idea behind rule. Obviously, you know, rules are there for guidelines or whatever, but a lot of times there are a lot of like useless rules, just in everything, rules that nobody
True.
really cares about, and
True.
it's so interesting, especially as someone who like I'm still very much a rule follower. Don't get me wrong, but it's very yeah, I'm still very much a rule follower. Don't get me wrong, but it's just
Uh,
interesting to
I just
push.
like the disclaimer. You're like, I'm disclaimer. I'm still
Oh
very much
yeah,
a
yeah, I'm
rule
still very
follower.
much a rule follower. Don't get me wrong, but
Don't get me wrong.
it's very interesting
Uh,
to see, you know, just try just
yeah,
almost popping the bubbles of some rules that don't really. I hope I'm making sense for people who might be listening and watching. I hope I'm making sense. It's just interesting to see just how fluid the world is, really is. Well,
it really is. It truly
just
is. It truly is.
getting more of an understanding into how fluid the world is in many ways, and just you know, as we are early in our adult lives, trying to understand the world. It's very interesting because you just learn new things every day. But yeah, it's
Facts,
cool.
facts.
It's cool stuff, man. Not gonna lie to you. I've been trying to
I
read
mean,
more books. I try to read more
bro,
books.
let me tell you this hack Okolo gave me. I don't know. Do you have like a what kind of computer do you have? Go ahead.
Like
Is it
a
like a Windows
yeah, like a piece of yeah,
or
Dell. It's like a Dell, Windows, whatever.
okay?
Yeah.
So I think if you download like PDF or books, you can your computer can like read it to you.
Oh yeah.
And
I
bro,
already have that. Yeah.
I wow, so everyone knew this except for me.
Yeah, everybody is investing.
I literally did not know this. Oh no, I knew it, but I didn't like know it. Like I knew this could happen, but I never put one and two together to help you read books faster
I
because it
don't
helps
think
me
you.
like zoom
Yeah,
through
I don't
books.
even think you need
Like
Windows because you can. I'm sure in this day of AI of everything you can and they can find any AI's
yeah, that's
tool
true.
that can
That's
just
true.
put
That's so
text or
true.
PDF and it'll read it to you. So
Read it,
I'm
yeah,
sure there are better
that's
ones
true.
than even the defaults of PCs and
That's true.
all.
But
So, but yeah, man.
that idea though, it makes reading books so much more quicker or and easier. Like it's just someone reading it to you. If you don't get a point, just rewind, get back, say, okay, wow,
But honestly,
wow, listen.
while
I really
I
enjoy
do
it.
that, I part of me wants to also read physical books because I feel like I don't know what it is, but part of me also just wants to get into the habit of reading. I feel like there's something about sitting down and focusing on a physical book that I want to develop or get better at. So
True.
I kind of do both at the moment. I always have either an audiobook or a PDF or something, and then I have some physical books I also have on hand that I kind of read like two at once or so. But yeah,
That's fair.
that's a good point. But yeah, yeah. Did you ever finish that Simon Sinek book we're both reading? Start with Why. I never finished it.
Bro, I was about to say I had to that the funniest thing, the book is right beside me. Literally. That's I can't believe you even asked that question. That's so fun. Because this was like summer 2 years ago, something like that. Where we
Yeah.
yeah, it's like two
It
years
was like
ago.
2 years ago. Yeah,
Summer
I
2 years.
still have it. I still have the PDF on my
Same.
laptop right now. It's actually open. Really, it's actually open in a different tab right now. I just never. Every time I go, I may read a page, or I just never. At this point, I might even have
Facts.
to restart because I might have forgotten what it was
Same.
there.
I probably have to restart too.
So yeah, I
Like
mean,
I may have to restart.
let's actually read it. Maybe discuss me next episode. Maybe give a breakdown of the books. That's another thing I
See,
think could be cool. Like,
next episode, I probably won't be able to give you a breakdown of this book because I'll just be honest with you right now. Right now, I'm not reading this book. I'm starting with I wanted to read one audiobook. The 3% man. There's so many audiobooks I wanted to read first. So I wanted to listen to those ones first. There are a couple. That one, there are a couple with by what's Robert Greene, a couple Robert Greene books,
oh,
a
okay,
couple
okay.
I want to start with a different book, but I mean, since we're already, I don't know. Should he? Yeah, fair. Fuck it. We'll start with this book. We'll start with this book. Set a goal. Set a goal for us.
Yeah,
Set
exactly.
a goal. Start it.
Let's set a goal. Let's
Two
say
chapters. Two chapters. Two
by
chapters.
by when? Two chapters by when?
The things I'm down to do since we found this method, which is way like easier, less stressful. Like I'm down to shoot like 2 times a month. No more once in 5 months.
Or once in a year. It's funny.
I saw that shit.
It's funny because
Twenty
we have like 3 episodes and we drop like one each year. One 2021, one 2022, and we drop one 2023.
bucks. This, no. But I think we shot two in 2022.
Okay,
Sha. We
we
won.
shot
We
like
didn't come
two
out.
more. I think we should. We
Yeah,
did
but it
shoot,
didn't come
yeah.
out. Yeah,
That's never came out.
it
But yeah,
didn't come
man,
out.
it's funny though. It's funny
It's
when you
actually
see it.
funny.
It's funny.
I just okay. Let's be say I want to definitely start more than say. In fact, I don't want to. At least once a month. Let me just put it that way. At least once a month. But I'm down for once every
I'm
like two
gonna be
weeks.
honest
Once
with
every
you.
2 3 weeks.
I don't see
Well,
why we can't do once a week. I know you keep saying like I'm
once a
doing too
week,
much, but I'm just
bro.
like
See,
look at
it's
like
not even that.
okay.
Let me just explain my reason for once a week. I'll be honest with you. My life is pretty boring right now. Like, it's really not I ain't going to Japan. I'm going to class, come back, go to class, come back. Like, I'm pretty not really doing much to talk about experiences or my mindset, like changes or stuff like that once a week. That's the way I see it. It's like a week. I'm not think about it. We're so like systematic right now. Like, it's literally this.
Then
It's
do more
once a
stuff in
week.
your life. I said, not gonna lie, not gonna lie, I'm the exact same way. I'm the exact same, but for the sake of consistency, I think I think we should
two
do it.
weeks. Give us two
No,
weeks.
I
2
think we
weeks.
should do it every week.
Come on, give us two
Like even
weeks. 2 weeks.
that interim week
Yeah.
is not that in fact no don't worry. There's that interim week. I'll bring the topics. Don't worry about it. I'll bring the spice. Don't worry about it. But I feel like
Fair.
it's hard to maintain 2 weeks just
Why? Why do you say so?
if something goes wrong 1 week, let's say like something, then it's a whole month. And once you go a whole month,
I
it's
like
easy
that.
to
I like
keep
that.
pushing it.
That's why now we create a punishment system. We have to create I read something he said. He said no, if you hire someone and tell him if you sell 10,000 cars, I'll give you a Ferrari by the end of the year. And if you tell someone else, you give them a Ferrari right now and tell them, I'm taking away this Ferrari by the end of the year if you don't have 10,000 cars. The guy that you're going to take away from is going to more likely complete the task than the guy that has the goal. Because basically in the podcast he was explaining how we are mentally built to move more against fear than we are to reward.
Hmm.
So in the
Interesting.
scale, we're more, and if you dip it and just put it into
Hmm.
your own life experience, you actually realize. That's why I did it. So I was like, nah. I was like, at first I was like, wait, nah. If I have like a goal, I'll be more. But then the truth is, if you have something you're fearing behind you, you're
Hmm.
more likely to move forward faster.
That's
That's
interesting.
that's another a solid one we can talk about next time. But it's a solid one I read and I was like, wow, that shit, it blew my mind. And that's what I feel like it's the same thing with this, bro. Instead of us chasing a goal, let's run away from something. Let's run away from something. Like I'm saying it. Instead of us, let's run away from something that's going to push us in this direction. I'm saying.
Hmm.
So now we just need we need to create a punishment system. So I say we should create that, and I promise you, once in 2 weeks will not be. It become easy work. It become regular.
I'm still, I don't know, on the weekly, but then we can talk about this off camera. I think people are
And
tired of going back and forth.
yeah, this must even it must even be part of it. Like it can't be at the end, but this and plus once a week doesn't mean it has to be like on a particular day. Like today is
No.
Wednesday.
Like
You can do Wednesday. You
I'm
can do
not thinking
Saturday. You can
like
do Friday.
a daily
Like
thing, but I do want to
yeah,
think like in one every day from Sunday to Saturday. I feel like we should be dropping something.
I
And
mean,
look at how this came. Like this wasn't planned to be like we've been like here for an hour. This wasn't planned to be an hour. We like my mind. I like, okay, even if we get 15 minutes, it's chill. But it just take the rest. I think once we show up, the rest takes care of itself. Oh wait, my battery.
fair.
Let me grab my charger real quick. But I feel like once we
Yeah, no
show up,
problem.
the rest often just takes care of itself.
Fair. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that. But I don't know if you can hear me. You probably can, but we're
Yeah, what was I saying?
okay. You're back.
Yeah,
I was
so
saying I don't know if you can hear me, but in my
yeah.
mind, I expected this to be long because in my head, because I was like, we haven't done it. I would have expected it to be 15 minutes, 30 minutes if we're doing it every week. But because we haven't done it in such a long time, in my head, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a nice sit around. Like I could have easily been like, oh, I'm busy because I have exams literally 2 days from now. But then I was like, nah, I really want to. I really want to shoot this. Like,
So that's
I'll
my
write the
point.
exams. Exams will come and
That's
go.
my
But
point.
then
It's good. I feel like it's going to be easier if we do it every week because then we get into the groove.
bro, I've told you. I mean, I've told you, bro. My life is boring. I won't lie to nobody.
That's what I'm telling you. Don't
I'm
worry about
living
it,
a
Master. Like,
boring ass life right
I'm
now.
gonna bring
Like,
the spice. I'm gonna bring the spice. All you need to do is just absorb the spice and taste it.
pause.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Nah,
All I'm
we'll
saying.
see. We'll see. We'll
All I'm
see. We'll
saying
see.
is that
I've, all we
yeah.
can agree on is definitely more than once in 5 months.
That's more than
That's
once
all
a
we can
year.
agree on.
Just more than
That's
once a
all.
year.
That's all. That's all we can agree. But we'll see. Yeah, no problem. We can push it. I don't mind. We'll see. We'll see.
All right,
Doesn't
cool.
matter. We'll
That's
see.
calm. That's calm. I like that.
We'll see.
I like that.
But then that means this book thing is definitely not happening once. I'm not reading this book. Is not, 2 chapters in 1 week.
I mean, hey, we can go
But
like
we'll find. Yeah, we'll find something.
it can be like
We'll find
one
something.
chapter a week or something. I feel like that's actually going to get us to
Yeah.
finish the book much faster. If you can say
Fair,
like,
probably.
if every week you kind of give an update, it's like, oh yeah, I have to say something about this book, so I'm going to read it. Like you said,
No, but
like
we'll
running
find
away
the punishment
running
system.
away from like looking stupid.
Yeah.
You read the book.
Yeah. True. We'll find something.
Exactly.
We'll find something. I like that. But we'll see. That's all I can say is we'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
Do you have a last topic you want to run through, and then we call it an episode?
I mean, lots of probably maybe we can speak on the thing I said, the running away from fear thing. Like that really, it really made so much sense. Like, I was like, wow. And he gave examples. I just can't remember the examples because I remember the statement. We're naturally built to run away from fear than we are to run towards a goal. So it's like if you speak with most successful people, there was like, yeah, they were running off the fear of like regret, knowing they could have done so much more, and that regret was what pushed them more because they're like, I don't want to. be there and regret this. I don't want to regret, oh, my time spent here, I could have done more. I don't want to think like that. And that's something I also like adopted now. I really don't want to like be here like 10 years from now and be like, damn, when I was 20, I could have done this. When I was 21, I should have done this. I should have done this more. And I want to completely eliminate that. That's my mindset too. With the job's not finished. Now I really want to eliminate like the we could have done this. We could have shot more. We could have recorded more episodes. I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure I'm putting in the effort, and I know if I look back, I'm like, no, I gave what I could give. I want to be like, no, I know I gave what I could give. I was literally busy that week. I literally know I gave all I could give. That's how I want to be. That's how I want it to be like 10 years from now. I want to always be like, yeah, I gave it a try.
Interesting. So,
I gave it a
what
shot.
steps or what things, what resources are you using to kind of get to this goal?
I mean, I'm running away from the regret. I just remind myself of that feeling because I know how I felt that before, like in Loyola, like when there was one, wasn't house post where I felt like, bro, you could have done so much more, and I felt there's that feeling. I know exactly how it feels, and I know how shitty it feels because it's a feeling you put on yourself. It's not someone else putting on you or like what people say. It's you putting on yourself, and you knowing like you could have been so much better, and I really hated that feeling. So I know how it made me feel. So I'm running away from that feeling. And I'm saying, just imagine the magnitude of that. If that was something that didn't even really matter, because I was like in Loyola, it doesn't even really matter. And I know how that felt. Now imagine that feeling in a scale of my life, like in literally 10 years from now. So I'll say that I just try and remind myself. I saw one video of myself, just tell myself like, if you try it, like, like I just like show this like, if you try, bro. Like, just reminding myself like that same mindset. Just keep. Whenever I feel lazy, I just play it. I'm just like, because me talking to me is like it's literally me talking to me like from the past. Like, bro, don't try it. Like don't try it. Like don't live and then regret it. That's one thing I don't want at all. Like so it's the same way. I'm moving off the fear of like yeah I don't want to regret it. I want to I want it to feel like I did enough or I did what I could do. I mean I did what I could do. That's how it is.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Uh,
That's cool. Huh. I totally agree with you. The only thing is that it's
yeah.
hard to stay in the present in the sense of being focused enough to have that in your mind all the time. It's very easy to get distracted by
No,
whatever is
easy.
happening around you. So,
Right.
like, how do you maintain that focus?
It's mostly the video. I won't lie to you. It's because of as you said, it's easy to get distracted. Like you can be distracted, but I always just like whenever like because I don't really have much social media stuff on my phone. So whenever I open my phone, it's just there's like the first saved video on my phone. It's like whenever I watch it, I'm like it just pushes me more. Just like yeah, remind yourself. So
Hmm.
I probably won't remember every day, but maybe at the end of the week, like Saturday when you're playing around on your phone on like Sunday, then I'll remember then and be like okay yeah. You need to get your ass working. Like this is no joke. You can find different ways for reminding yourself. I was going to get like when I go to India, I'm going to get like a poster that has it. So I'll just keep on like whenever you see it, you just remind yourself like it's time. It's now. It's time to work now. It's not time to work later. It's time to work now. Play. Is it work now? Play later. Is that what that shit is? Work now, play later.
I don't
That's
know.
the thing. I think well, one of my lessons. I remember one math lesson teacher I had. I used to say like that. He used to be like, "Work now, play later." Like if you don't learn it now, you're going to learn it tomorrow. I remember it literally it lucky happened because there was one thing I used to hate in math. I was like, yeah, and I scaled it. Didn't matter. Lo and behold, SS1, we're doing it again. I was like, this man has come back to haunt me. This man has come back to haunt me.
Oh my god.
He told me in my head, I was like, wow, this guy really because I didn't learn it. That first time I just scaled through. I was like, yeah. I know the other stuff, scale, fashion that show. It's not going to matter. Lo and behold, later, when I think I've forgotten it, it came back and I was like, first. If you don't do it now, you're going to learn it. If you don't learn now, you're going to learn later. And that's just how life is. If you don't learn now, you're going to learn later. So it's better to learn now. Let's put it that way.
Actually,
That's what I was saying.
one thing I'm also curious. Like, if you look into one thing I've also been looking into is just like on the same theme of what you said, but in terms of
Yeah.
financial education.
Yeah.
I know there's just a whole lot of stuff I don't know. Like I'm trying to do like my taxes and stuff for the previous year, and it's like
Yeah.
there's just so much I don't know. I was literally watching a video before we hopped on this call about the different things like tax wise people do to either save money, this and that, and it's just so fascinating that there's a world of things you can do, or rather, you can follow the mainstream path and leave a lot of money on the table or miss out on so much. And it's just interesting that in this information age we're in, there's still so much information that isn't being like pushed out. So many things you have to ask for. If not, nobody will tell you, or you have to
Yeah.
find out and find your way through. I just thought that was very interesting.
Because it's a world of clicks. It's not going to be pushed out because it's not going to get clicks. It's not going to get views. It's not going to get the. It's not going to pay the bills.
No, no,
Because
not just online. I mean, just in general. Even like going to
yeah,
certain places, and there's some things that they won't tell you if you don't ask for, even if it's in
true.
person. Just things like that. People offering you a service. If you don't ask for things particular, they'll only give you only this, and this. But
The
it's
minimum.
just
Yeah,
it's just
they only give
interesting.
you the minimum required.
Yeah,
I mean that honestly,
exactly, exactly.
that's
The
that's
minimum
that's that's
requirement.
life, bro.
But
That's life. I
yeah,
can't lie. That's
yeah.
life. It's like that saying where it's the more you know, the less you realize, the less you know. Something like that. The more
Yeah, the
you
more
know,
you know, the more you realize how
the
much you don't know.
you don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just it. The more you know,
The
the
more
more
you
you realize,
realize how much you don't know. Yeah,
exactly. That's just it. Like, if someone is here sitting like saying they know a lot, you know that they don't know anything. Like they really don't know much because it's as there's just too much. Let me just put it that way. It's just too much. Like
that's facts,
it's
though.
just
That's
too much.
facts. That's
It's just too
facts.
much.
All right. That's yeah.
I mean, this was
But
a,
yeah,
this
man.
was a solid. This was a solid ending. I can't say
Yeah,
solid.
solid ending. A solid ending.
Solid ending.
We never even did an intro.
Nah. For us, like, let's never do intros
Oh,
unless we
you
have a
don't do
guest.
intros?
Yeah, like unless we have a guest, unless there's like a third, or maybe we have Okolo or Keke or Giovanni, then we can intro with them. But then let's never do intros, bro.
You just
Let's
hop
just
in.
get straight to it. let's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
get straight to it,
I
bro.
like that. I
Let's
like
just
that.
get
I
straight
like
to it.
that.
Like this,
What about outros?
get
Just
straight to
a
it.
quick thanks for listening type thing. What about outros? What do you feel about outros?
Nah,
I think outros could be
join next
good.
time. Nah. Cliffhanger. It's not over. It's not over. This is just part one. It's part one of 356. Come on. We've got join next time. There's no outro. If
Okay.
you win this, there's no
Good.
outro. Just
All
like this
good.
power. Join next time. It's like we've got a clip. We might look a bit different. We might wear different clothes. Nah. We just took a short break to shower and stuff. We're back. We're coming back.
All good. All good.
We're
All
coming back.
right. All right, man.
Um,
Till next time.
yeah, for sure. Till next time.